got my laces tied. My trusty podcast by my side. If you wanna talk fun, it's the place to be. Yeah, it's the drop, D-R-O-P.
Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbie with Believe in the Run.
This is Megan with Believe in the Run.
This is Carl with Believe in the Run.
And we're back from Chicago. What a weekend.
What a weekend.
Yep, home of John Wayne Gacy.
Starting off early, huh?
I was just trying to bring the creepy factor back into it.
All right, it is October.
Right out of the bat. We should just, for all our podcasts,
Well, my thing was,
be home whenever
not to give something away, but you ended up not taking the flight back with us because you got an offer of $800 in Southwest voucher dollars.
It was a pretty good day. Because on the way into the airport, I found an empty fry bag of McDonald's fries that had the Monopoly piece still on it.
Ew, you pulled it off of a fry thing?
Right outside the airport, right?
That's how it works. That's how the game works.
I was not aware.
Someone had thrown away a
I didn't
chance
dig
to
in
win.
the trash. It was on the ground exposed. There was no turning over of trash elements. It was just there. Peeled, and that peeling off sensation is a tactile.
It's a treasure for you?
Yeah, like ASMR that you cannot replicate in any other thing in life.
Do you think that person just didn't realize that there was a sticker on there? Or?
Probably.
Or was in
yeah.
a rush and was like, I don't care.
Or
if
they
I
were
get
just a
free.
super rich person.
Yeah.
I mean, they did throw trash on the floor, though, so
Yeah,
kind of
super rich
concerning.
people going to McDonald's all the time. I've heard that's a new trend.
Yeah.
Any Grey Poupon?
I want a double cheeseburger. That was awesome. And then, yeah.
I'll take the
I
steak
just wanted to
frites.
confirm, was that a rich person accent?
Could I have one of your minced meat sandwiches with some steak frites?
Is that,
What is
it's
that?
like the Grey Poupon thing. Right?
Yeah. So you took the deal.
Yeah, so I don't think a lot of people know this because not a lot of people responded to my, I don't think a lot of people knew what my $800 voucher was. So basically, if you're overbooked on a flight, Southwest, I feel like that does this the most.
Robbie,
I've had it happen on other
I feel like
airlines.
Southwest have
let me set this up
every
a
other
little
time.
bit. Robbie, as soon as he hears the announcements, hi, this is a totally booked flight. We have actually overbooked a flight. So there may be, make sure you have checked your bags, blah, blah, blah. As soon as Robbie hears that, he goes over by the pole that's right by the front counter. It's like, they're going to offer up a deal. I just know it.
Yeah, I smelled it out.
Yeah.
And because didn't they do it on the way there too?
Yeah.
But they offered like $1,600, I think. I heard them say.
It was
Maybe
for the
It was
flight
for
next to us.
It was like Fort Lauderdale
Oh,
or something.
that's
Yeah,
right.
it was a
That's
different
someplace
flight.
you wanted to go, not Baltimore.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And so it's always been my dream to do that. But I think a lot of people are paralyzed by it when they first hear it because they don't want to be like the weird person who just runs up to the counter. And so I was like,
But also, it's
I
a
think people-
change of your day.
Yeah, people get set in their
that-
schedule.
right.
It disrupts the schedule. Yeah.
and they have to think like, oh, could I actually do this? What
Right.
does this mean? And
What I like that she said, though, she threw out there's a later flight today.
That helped, yeah. Because if it was overnight, I probably wouldn't have done it. And so I stepped right up to the counter to claim my prize.
During the announcement, I was with Dave Carpenter, and we both looked at each other like, that's a pretty good deal. I might do it.
Yeah.
And then I turned my head, and you were already at the desk.
You
and I
gotta
was
wake
like, oh,
up
boy.
pretty early in the morning to pull one over Robbie's eyes.
He had a
So
free
there's-
burger in his hand.
Yeah, I'm an amateur, dude. I got to learn from you.
Dude,
Yeah.
$800 a voucher for it's not cash. It's a voucher for Southwest. Might as well be Monopoly money. That's.
Well,
I don't know.
trash.
You can get to some pretty cool places with that.
I could convert that to cash pretty easily. There's some ways.
Yeah, I'll sell for $400.
But yeah, it is. But you go to Florida with the family.
So I was thinking here would be a perfect Robbie story, and this is why I brought it up right after you mentioned John Wayne Gacy. Was I was thinking he's in the airport. Sufjan Stevens is somehow traveling through Illinois, and Robbie gets to have a beer with.
That would be cool.
Yeah, and talk about.
Yeah, did you meet any celebrities in your 8-hour waiting period?
Just
All
Renell
things
Blackman, who from Atlanta Track Club,
Yeah.
who
Okay.
You know, I had lunch
Dude, he's got the
had
energy.
lunch with him at the food court. That was nice.
Total energy. Was
Yeah.
he still on fire?
Oh yeah, that dude doesn't stop.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you can hear him like from 50 feet away and know it's him. But he came out to our group run.
He
Did you
did.
see him? And then, and so I talked with him for a while. He's like the nicest guy ever. Perfect, like life, like announcing, doing races, hyping people up. It's like the guy was meant for that.
Yeah. He should, if he's not with Abbott, he should be.
Yeah, I don't know if he is. This was his first major that he was announcing at, so it's kind of cool for him. But anyway, so other than that, no celebrities.
What do you mean, no celebrities?
I didn't see any.
area.
Wasn't Chad on your flight?
Oh, Chad was there, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see him until I was on the flight, though. Big guy, Chad, our big guy running reviewer, who also ran the Chicago Marathon.
All
All right,
right.
so let's rewind.
Yeah,
'cause
let's
you
get
went,
to
you
it.
went to the end.
We went to the end to
know.
go to the beginning. Sometimes you got to do that.
It's like a Pulp Fiction movie or something.
Yeah, this is directed by
Memento.
Tarantino.
Yeah.
Tarantino. Oh yeah, Guy. Whatever. What's
Guy Ritchie?
No, not Guy Ritchie.
No, guy. Oh, damn, dude.
Guy Fiero?
The guy in Memento. But Christopher Nolan, I guess.
Yeah.
Director.
I almost forgot that we like sat on
Mementos?
Guy
Were you going
Pearce.
with him?
Guy
Guy
Pearce.
Pearce.
Yeah.
on the runway. I completely forgot until just now about all of our travel troubles in the beginning of this journey and how ridiculous they were. Like how they ran out they couldn't find our plane. They found us a replacement
Dude,
plane.
you're talking about, but like I always make fun of Robbie for losing stuff.
Yeah.
And I get to the front desk to
always nice
get
to-
my ticket.
It's always nice to put one in the pocket when Thomas does something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Take
yeah.
back a little
Left
territory.
my phone in the car, back in the garage. So, things are always nice and smooth and, everybody's very amicable and low key on the way to travel. Of course, nobody gets upset or is on edge. And I leave my phone in the car. Megan has to sit with the bags as I go all the way back to the garage. And of course, I miss as I'm coming out the door, the daily bus is like going away. And I'm looking at it going, it's an hour till flight time.
Yeah, it's cutting it a little close.
And you're like, oh.
It was an hour till flight time.
Yeah. And then it kept growing.
You made it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had like 3 hours I could have done.
Oh yeah, right, because it was delayed. Yeah.
They're like, they still had, the flight is leaving and then they had the time on the board.
It was the most frustrating part because when we were waiting by the gate, they like weren't communicating at all. They just kept changing the time, but no one was telling us what was going on.
But my favorite
and there was
was-
no plane.
My favorite thing was the departure stayed the same.
Yeah.
And there was no plane there, and it was the time
Yeah.
that it was supposed to be boarding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's not a plane there.
So eventually we found out that they don't know what happened to the plane we were supposed to use. So
Was he using Southwest pilot humor or was that actually for real?
It was a mixture of both, I think.
Okay.
But
It had
remember,
to.
I was trying to track it. Normally, you can track the plane that's
Oh, really?
coming to
Yeah,
your
you
gate
can see the number.
Oh, I didn't know.
so that you know like
Yeah, flight
exactly
tracker.
how long it's going to be. But anyway, so they
we're
found
living
one.
in the future. That's cool.
What did they say? They found it in a maintenance.
They just
or
said
a-
they
In a
pulled the plane
garage.
out of the maintenance hangar and
Yeah.
they're
Oh,
going to
wait.
put some fuel in it.
Yeah, it's always encouraging.
So they said there was no fuel in it.
They said there was a little bit, but they had to refuel it. And this is when they decided to over communicate. They went from under communicating to over communicating. And they explained to us that the people filling up the gas tank of the airplane didn't actually know what they were doing.
And
So it was taking a
overfilled
very
it.
long time to fill it. And then they overfilled it.
So then they had to get another truck out to unfill some of it. But they sent a truck out that was full because you would think that if you're going to send a truck out, a plane needs fuel,
Right.
not taking fuel off.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So they sent a tanker that was full of gas over to take gas off of our
They had
plane.
Which you couldn't do.
they had guys sucking it out with a plastic hose out of the.
You siphoning? Yeah. And
Have
so-
you ever done that?
I have.
Were you able to do it without
No,
actually
you get a
drinking
little-
the
you get a little
gasoline?
gas in your mouth.
What'd you have to
least
do
I
it
did.
for? A motorcycle? Or
Yeah.
what? Okay.
You were there. It was.
I was
I'm
there?
I'm saying it sounds like you were there. I
yeah.
got a little in my mouth, and it was from a motorcycle.
Yeah, I feel like that's usually how it goes. But you know how I was thinking about that about overfilling your tank or whatever, and I feel like that's how you know when you're rich or whatever, or that you're not poor anymore, is that you don't have to worry about filling your gas. Like every
I
time
mean,
you
you're
go,
not counting. Like I have a $20 bill,
Yeah.
and I'm only going to fill it to 20.
like every time you go to the gas pump, you can just fill your car up. That's kind of been amazing.
Okay.
I remember when it wasn't that.
When you go to the grocery store, do you have to think about what you're buying?
No, not anymore. But I still will always try and get whatever's on sale. And I don't go to like Whole Foods or Sprouts or anything. That's a little out of my
Dude,
range.
Sprouts sometimes has less
Cheaper.
expensive. Like it depends
Oh,
on what
really?
you're buying.
I've noticed
but
that
in some
lately.
cases,
I've noticed
Sprouts
that.
has better deals.
Yeah.
So don't
Okay.
write it off.
What
Okay.
did you notice,
All
Carl?
right, that's fair.
No, just sometimes on bread, bagels, and
Yeah.
like
Oh,
meats.
really?
Yeah, like ground meat and stuff. Like
Dude,
Okay.
their burger, if you want to, I don't know if you have a grill at your place.
I do not.
Okay.
You can use Thomas.
Yeah, come on
Just
over.
yeah, hop the fence.
They have a peppercorn steakhouse burger that is raw that you then put on your grill. You know, like in the meat section.
Yeah.
Well, it's steak tartare.
Yeah.
But that is, my boys are now in love with it. And Megan is a fantastic cook. And even when we prep stuff for the grill, she's great at it. She just gives me a tray of chicken. And but these peppercorn burgers, I don't even know if I would try to make a patty up a burger anymore. They're so good.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it their own seasoning or something?
I think it's just regular ground beef, and then they just roll
Right.
the edges in peppercorn. So I don't think it's like that crazy of a method.
All right.
But for some reason, whatever meat they're using and the peppercorn,
Good stuff.
yeah,
And it's not exponentially more. It is.
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways.
I mean, if you go out for a burger these days, like what, $25?
Dude, we were just talking about that at the airport. We were looking at like the airport menu for one of the bars, and it's like a burger there costs the same as a burger not in the airport. now.
airport food is almost the same as regular food now.
Wait,
yeah.
really?
Yeah. So it like feels like
Well, they
you're
can't-
not getting ripped off at the airport anymore, basically.
They can't go to, well, when I did get an iced tea that was $5.
The drinks are still outrageous.
But-
Yeah,
That-
dude,
yeah,
I bought a
yeah.
Coke Zero and it was $5. I was like, when did that happen? Like,
I used to put 2 quarters in a machine.
but like a month ago, it was like $3.75 at the airport.
Dude, tariffs.
It's insane.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Coke Zero.
American-made Coke Zero.
Yeah, they're like, screw it. We're throwing a tariff on it. But yeah, that's the crazy thing. The prices now, and that's how I know. Like, because I remember when I was a kid, and they're like, I used to be able to get that for a nickel. And you were like laughing at those old people. And now I'm that old person. When did burgers cost $25?
Yeah.
Like even at like, I'll go to Chick-fil-A and just 2 things for the boys will be like $37.
Yeah, I remember in like 2010, I was in New York. This is when I was doing the gas tank thing, and we went to hang out with a friend in New York City.
Such a stressful life.
And we went to this like place in the Greenwich Village. I think it was called Little Owl, and it was this like the place to go, you know, for brunch. And they had a burger, and it was $17.
Wow.
And I was like, dude, this is crazy. Like
It's got to have gold flakes on it.
Like I
or
would
something.
tell people afterwards I had a $17 burger, right? And this wasn't that long ago, 2010 or 11.
Did it have a fried egg on it or something?
I think it did, yeah.
That's nice.
But it was still outrageous at the time. And now it's like you'd be lucky to get.
Have you tried a burger with peanut butter on it?
I have.
You know, so I've thought about it, but it's just like if there's other options, I'm not going to do it.
Okay, Carl, you tried it?
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. It works only if you have bacon on it. Peanut butter bacon burger.
Okay, that
you get
makes
the fat
sense.
fat from the pork.
So it's kind of like a Elvis style.
Oh yeah, because he used to eat like
Deep fried,
that weird. Yeah,
deep fried banana and peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah.
Right in Meg's wheelhouse.
yeah.
But yeah,
I guess we should get back to Chicago.
we don't have to.
I know. People are getting hungry eating. And guess what? I'm guessing that people listening to this podcast are getting psyched
Well,
for
I'll tell
New York.
Yeah, that's true.
We literally just got an email with our bib numbers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
What
Real
are they?
quick, as an addendum to the food part,
All right.
because I was going to talk about it anyways. Carl and I went to Mr. Beef, which is the inspiration behind the bear. It's is it called Chicago beef? What's it
I
called?
think it's like interchangeable. I think.
Wet beef.
Yeah, wet
God.
beef, Chicago
It's
beef,
called wet
Italian
beef?
beef.
Yeah.
It's like there's.
All right, and you know this is the place to go, right? So I guess they basically dip the beef in au jus and then throw it on a sub roll, and they're like, "Do you want peppers?" I gotta say, now I ate it on a full stomach because we had the bagel sandwich right before the run, but
It didn't sound good.
I'm like, you have the options of adding cheese and onions, and I know it's basically a Philly cheesesteak at that point. why would you? It's not like they're hard to get items at this point. I understand it's like some history behind it. It's like a cheap working man's meal, even though it's like $12 now for that. But I was like, how do you not add the better things to the sandwich to make it good? Throw some mayo on there, whatever, anything.
Because you don't want to be called a Philly cheesesteak.
It's exactly why.
Wait, so it's just like a
Yeah.
baguette with
But
wet beef on it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they dip the like meat in au jus. So is it like a French dip or is it just like a wet mess?
It didn't really have like a French onion taste
No,
to it.
it's
It was
not,
just
not even as good as a French onion, like
Yeah,
a French dip.
yeah.
See, here's the thing that gets me mad because people love Chicago deep dish. And now you're talking about the
I know.
the
We're
wet beef or whatever it is.
slandering all their.
I'm going to tell you, and I don't care who comes at me from Chicago, you got the worst freaking pizza. And you guys brag about it. And it is the worst pizza in the country.
It shouldn't even be classified as pizza.
What'd you call it, Carl? I
No, it's a lasagna.
Yeah,
It's a-
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get behind the hot dogs. Those are great. The
Chicago dogs are good,
Chicago,
yes. Yeah.
Chicago dogs are excellent. But then, Dewey, there's a silverfish running around here just having a field day on this floor.
Oh boy.
Did you see that
what?
thing? A silverfish?
What's a silverfish?
It looks like a centipede almost.
Oh, gross.
Was that in the bathroom the other day?
no,
Did you
that was
kill
a
the-
cricket.
Okay, you
That
killed
was
the cricket.
We've got a lot of
grasshopper.
creatures in the office.
Yeah, but they're
these
not the
days.
bad ones. Like I don't mind.
Yeah, I don't kill them because they're just like, yeah, whatever.
Like a grasshopper. What are you gonna do? It's not like we have to sleep here and listen.
There's
to
the
them.
one sitting behind the mic over there, but that's. He's all right.
He doesn't want to leave.
He's in the dark. Anyways, all right.
So,
Mr. Beef, let's move on from
back
that.
to Chicago. All of our travel woes got us in a little bit later than we were anticipating. And so that was Friday evening. We kind of just rolled straight into events.
Well, we went to
Saturday
the
morning.
Airbnb. You went to the expo.
Oh,
I
yeah.
went to the
To get your
expo.
bib.
So this was great because Aubrey and Josiah were waiting to meet up at the expo. And look, I've done enough of these that I'm not like I need to go to every vendor and see everything. And we see most of the stuff just because of our job. So it's not like the expo is like that space where we get to see what's happening in the running area. So we get in. I'm on a mission. Just get the bib.
Yeah, because it was closing at 6:00, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
get-
we landed at 4:30. Does that sound
Around
right?
there, yeah.
Yeah.
Luggage took forever to get to us.
Yeah, so Thomas was waiting for his luggage, also trying to see how long an Uber would take.
I didn't wait for my
And
luggage.
You had to wait for one bag to give to Aubrey.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were like watching the time go by, and we knew that the expo was going to close at 6, and there was traffic because, of course, it's Friday evening, and so it was a little bit stressful, but it ended up working out
I
fine.
made it with 20 minutes to spare.
Yeah.
Got in there, got my bib. I asked the guy, I pins. He goes, they're in the bag. Of course, there was only 2 in there. So great job, guys. Anyway, I meet up with Aubrey, grab it, we go. His aunt is there, and Aunt Tilly, and she drops me off at the Airbnb. So it was pretty smooth, actually, for the whole thing.
okay.
But the expo is super far from, like, downtown. It's almost like going to the airport.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. We took the train.
I've never
last
been,
time.
so I don't know.
Yeah, it's it's
right.
pretty south compared to like the park and where everything happens, where everything else is for the race for Chicago Marathon.
And I get it. You need an expo space, but, like, maybe, I don't know.
Well, also our
Figure something
There's
else
the
out.
solution. No, I'm just
our
kidding.
Like they could do it
Airbnb.
in
Where
that-
else could they do
well,
it at?
I'll tell you. You know how they have all those tents set up for the finish area and all the VIP tents along the whole finishing line.
Yeah.
You could just do the expo right in there in the tents.
I'd imagine there'd be a. I don't know.
If it rained, yeah, there'd be some
I was gonna
mud.
say, imagine like a windstorm coming
Generators.
through.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
I feel like
But
they probably
I
figured it
see-
out.
I get what you're saying. Though.
Just something closer to where you're going to be. Anyway, get out of there. And you guys have already got the Airbnb going.
Yeah, so we checked into the Airbnb, which was a really wild setup. It was like 2 units that they allowed you to book as one. So we had like 2 kitchens.
Do we have too much space?
Yeah,
Yeah, we definitely
we did.
I had a whole.
We could have.
We
We
put
could
Robbie
have
in the
invited
basement
a
on his
couple
own.
people.
Yeah, probably. Next time we should auction off rooms to
A
people.
stay.
Yeah.
I was just happy when I got there. You guys already had wine, vodka, everything. The whole kitchen was stocked with alcohol.
Yeah, or
We
some
were on a
pizza.
mission because I had originally made us reservations that we were not even going to get close to making because of our flight delays. So we ended up just ordering pizzas from, it was a place called Happy Camper, which was fine.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Wasn't bad.
You thought the spicy chicken was a little too spicy?
No, the jalapeno, it was just like it was a good spicy jalapeno.
Okay.
I just thought it was maybe a gamble for someone racing on Sunday. I don't know.
Yeah, I had a one slice, but I pulled the jalapenos off because of what you said, and it still had a little bit of spice, so that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the rooftop deck was, I think,
The highlight
Yeah,
of our space.
That thing was cool.
Yeah.
like the rest of the place I thought was okay.
Yeah.
Like I liked the place we stayed in last time better.
The penthouse that we had.
Yeah.
That was just hard to get in and out of. There was always an issue with the keys.
The
or, like,
elevator, because
opening.
you're like,
Yeah.
like 20 floors up.
Yeah.
All right, first check-in. Man, marathons are awesome. Any races are awesome, but I don't know. There's something about that distance that really just, it gets me. And I know not everybody needs to run marathon to feel like a runner, but if you're curious, it's a lot of fun and it really feels like an accomplishment. So, I don't know. Maybe give it a shot.
All right, this episode is sponsored by LMNT, our favorite electrolyte beverage that you've heard us talk about quite a bit at this point.
And we're taking it to the can.
Okay.
Well, that's something. Yeah, we talked about this last week a little bit, but they just came out with some new sparkling cans, but they're 12-ounce slim cans. So half the electrolytes.
See, and I feel like we were original innovators in this space. Like we were mixing it with, you know, club soda or sparkling water, or whatever you want to do.
Yeah. As usual, people take our ideas and run with it.
But I have to say, Robbie, it's a messy business when you're trying to do it yourself.
Yeah. It's better just to have it in a can.
It's almost like those volcano, like the kids' science
Baking
projects.
soda and
Yeah.
what I don't know the other ingredient. Anyways,
Yeah, so the idea behind the slim cans is it's better for like everyday hydration. So 500 milligrams of sodium, 100 milligrams of potassium, and 30 milligrams of magnesium. Right now, they're available in some gyms, health practitioners, and specialty retailers. I have seen them in several Targets, and they'll be available everywhere online in early 2026.
Now they're slim cans, right?
Slim cans.
Versus the fat cans.
Yeah.
We've
Fat boys.
we've had them both. The slim ones look more like a White Claw or something like that.
yeah, pretty much.
They're all delicious. And if you just want to try them out for the first time, you can go to drinkelement.com/thedrop and get your free 8-count sample pack.
Spicy.
Oh, the key thing was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you stand close to the ledge and you're like, should I or shouldn't I? So
Weren't you spitting on people?
Having to wrestle with that idea the whole weekend was stressful.
Yeah,
I'm like,
what is that? Like that urge to
you just want to know, and I guess you could do it in that the Oculus game
or in the parasailing.
where you walk the plank.
Yeah.
It's the same feeling, jumping off a building,
Yeah.
but you don't die in that situation.
Well, that's kind of like when we went parasailing in Chamonix. I was like,
Paragliding.
Yeah, paraglide. You don't know what's gonna happen. Like when you step off the side of that mountain, you're like, I trust that this thing's gonna float me down gently.
But it's like, I mean, you kind of just I want to know without the consequences what would it be like.
Or do you want to know with the consequence and be like, what is that like?
No, I don't wanna know. But it's like the same when you're driving down the highway and you're like,
I just let go of the wheel.
Well, that's why when you're playing Vice City, Grand Theft Auto, you do all that stuff.
Yeah.
You slam into other cars.
Yeah.
Get out and unload your 9 Glock on them.
Wow. Okay, so back to Chicago.
sorry,
Robbie's pondering. He's pondering.
no.
over
No, I
there.
was thinking about
No.
it has nothing to do with violence. And, real quick. All right, so sometimes sometimes I would bring my hammock with me because I'm like, dude, if we ever get stuck in an airport, that'd be like a nice situation.
Dude, I don't know how you missed on the Grateful Dead. Like, how are you not like a mushroom taking going to?
I'm not far off. I'm like 1 degree removed.
I can't believe you're not going to the Sphere and wearing your dancing teddy bear shirt.
Yeah, I could definitely go down that path. But I've always thought, what if a plane starts to crash? Could you deploy that hammock as an emergency chute, and could you possibly save yourself? You would still be badly injured, but could you possibly live?
I think you'd probably get hurt more.
I asked Bryant, our friend Bryant, who is an engineer, and he was like, technically he's like, you probably could, but the problem is that those he's like, the airplane doors, you can't get them open like midair.
The air pressure.
Yeah.
So
So
they
he's like,
it would need to be exploded off of the plane.
Yeah. So that kind of put a damper on my whole, because I secretly kind of want it to happen in a weird way.
Do you think that there's also, I mean, it's physics that the doors can't open, but even if because they could put charges in them that would blow them open so that you could potentially jump in a accident, or do you think they'd rather like, let's just keep all these people together so we don't have to be finding bodies all over the place?
They know what they're doing.
Okay.
It's like Fight Club.
Oh yeah.
But remember, there was that door that came off that Alaska Airlines plane like last year or something.
Yeah.
But
Sucked people out the side.
with my luck, I'd be like, well, guys, I'm going to test this hammock out. And then everyone else survives. They coast into the
You're the
runway.
only casualty from the entire thing.
I could also see like the door popping open and Robbie holding the hammock and just getting sucked out.
Yeah, as I'm holding it while it's balled up.
See you guys at the bottom.
All right. So, anyways,
Yeah. The next morning was the shakeout, right?
Sure was.
Yeah.
Wow.
So some of us Ubered, some of us jogged over to the start of the Shakeout run, which was at the same spot as last year.
Okay, let's just guess who jogged and who Ubered. Did you guys have to carry, whoever jogged, did they have to carry a lot of camera equipment?
I'm trying to remember what happened.
I don't think they did. Whoever jogged, were they going to run the Chicago Marathon the next day?
Did you jog?
No.
No.
Dude, I was holding cameras. He was holding cameras.
Oh, okay.
I
Just
don't
the
know.
Megs.
Why were you in the car?
Yeah.
It's a good question. Oh, because I was,
Your knee or
yeah,
whatever.
I was still like
yeah, that's right.
dealing with that injury. Otherwise, I would have ran.
Yeah. Meg ran over because, of course.
Well, how far was it? It was like what, 2
It
miles?
was 2.5 miles.
2.5
Yeah.
miles?
It didn't seem like 2.5 miles in the Uber because they had the 5K going on.
Well, yeah. So we
Oh,
also
right.
didn't factor that in, and I just put it into Google Maps, and I was like, oh, we'll just run straight from just follow the street the whole time, and then literally we ran into the 5K, and I was like, because I just didn't. I didn't
realize, yeah.
give ourselves enough time to navigate around a 5K, and it was like packed with people. There was no like you couldn't like run
You couldn't
across the
cross,
street.
yeah.
So we ended up like running parallel until I think we just got past it, and then we cut back over. So it worked out fine, but.
I mean, we pulled up in the Uber and, dude, the line was already like stacked.
Dude, it was insane. We're like, it's 7:30, so we're there.
Yeah, we got there a little extra early.
Extra early.
8:30. Huh? We got there at 8:30.
We got there at 8:30, but people have been lining up
Oh, since
like
7:30.
7:30. Some people were saying even 7.
But yeah, you guys, you know what I was surprised? When you guys showed up, you wouldn't have been able to tell that you ran 2.5 miles. You guys looked fresh as daisies.
Well, we jogged. We weren't
Yeah, but
like
still, like,
sprinting.
I don't know. Robbie and I would get there and be all like,
Hot messes.
yeah, sweat dripping down.
Where's the bathroom?
It was a nice morning. It was a nice morning. When we got there, there was already, I think, hundreds of people.
There was
Thousands.
Yeah, so we had, the count was somewhere between 1,500 people and 2,000 people. And one of the ways we know that is we brought the 500 hats, which again, I just ordered for New York. We're going to have should I announce the color?
Sure.
Might as well.
All right, we're going forest green for New York because
Nice.
Meg and I have forest green sweatshirts that we really like. So I was like, forest green it is.
I like it.
And so forest green for New York, but these were blue hats for Chicago. And we had 500 of those. Endorphins did a T-shirt, which I actually thought was a very nice looking T-shirt.
Oh,
It looked
yeah.
great
Oh, yeah,
with
I
the
thought so,
hat,
too.
I didn't get one, but
Way better than the
Yeah, it's
Chicago
better.
Marathon giveaway shirt.
oh my
That was
God.
brutal. That was bad.
I
I
couldn't
don't
believe I
even know
saw
what I'm
people
gonna do
wearing
with
that
that.
shirt.
I know. I was
Yeah.
like embarrassed.
It is still strange to me that I love that when I was in Asia, that people ran with the shirt of the event that they were at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I kind of felt like people did probably because they didn't want to carry the endorphin shirt. They just threw it on over top of their shirt.
But it looked great.
And wore it. It looked great, but like when you see that photo of the big group,
Yeah.
you see everybody wearing the blue hat, and I don't know if endorphins did it on purpose, but they had the blue shirt, so we had like Smurfs, like a giant
Chicago Smurfs.
yeah, Chicago Smurfs going out.
Yeah.
But it looked great, and it was just such a. Meb was there. Like like I couldn't believe how many like.
It was just such a good vibe.
It almost feels like homecoming because we see the same people.
And some new people.
And
Yeah.
but
a lot
I'm
of the
saying
same-
you see some of the same people there, and I don't even want to start with names because I
Oh,
don't want to
dude.
leave anybody out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we did, and our guy from Australia came back, and
Yeah,
Give
thanks
us
for
goodie bags.
Yeah.
Thanks for those Tim Tams.
Meg loves the Tim Tam.
I do like a Tim Tam.
Oh yeah.
Do you like the Tim Tam?
I think I ate those for breakfast for like 3 days in a row.
Yeah, so we did a little 3-mile shakeout to the water and back, and endorphins had pace groups throughout. I think we did a fairly good job considering how many of us there were of spreading out.
Oh, it definitely spread out. But what I like was that Robbie and I see these events totally different. I love the chaos. I love the just 1,000
Taking
people in
over
the
the
streets,
streets.
just randomness and all this stuff.
I hate it.
I know.
It genuinely stresses me out the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah, Robbie's over there. Like,
You guys don't have to lead anything. You guys are just.
No,
Well,
the
I-
whole thing stresses me out.
I think he hates the. I was wondering what this is, and now I remember. Is my beautiful
Photo booth.
photo booth shots
Oh, that's
with,
nice.
with my lady.
I like that.
Anyway, yeah. So I just the whole chaos of it to me is exciting. It just shows like how happy people are to be there. It's just like
I'm always afraid someone's, especially there, gonna get hit by a car or a bike, or fall into the Lake Michigan.
Yeah, I will say this is like probably the most stressful shakeout run to shoot all year, just because I'm in the middle of like a 4-lane road, and like just everyone coming down after they make the turn out of the plaza, going to the water. It's really hard to like get a good shot without being in the road. So
well, I went out in the road and got some shots, so you'll have those too.
Worried we're gonna end up on Reddit like Bandit running.
That's
for their
fine.
New York City run.
I would love that. Look how Bandit was crushing it now. Like so many people want Bandit gear. Like they had like
They did have a.
Like an
I
hour
heard
and a
there
half
was like
wait.
I heard there was a 2-hour wait to get
Yeah.
in to Bandit. And I'm like, you guys know a lot of that stuff's available online, but
No, but they were doing
apparently
some
it's not.
like a photo thing.
And it
some-
looked like it was like an experience.
they
like
go
a-
all out. Like
yeah.
that's the thing. Like they make like a movie set for each one of these.
Yeah, and well, I was talking with Renell at when I was talking to him at lunch, and I feel like I remember this from last year. I was surprised Nike's the title sponsor, but it doesn't seem like they have a huge presence like within race day. Obviously, Conner Mantz. but
Here's where the race
As a
day-
brand.
Here's where Nike shows up. So when you're running the marathon, that course the entire way there were billboards, the big orange,
Oh,
with
the
the
classic-
black letters.
yeah.
So
I heard they were pretty good too.
they were phenomenal.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah. All right.
like I know
That's
that.
fair.
Yeah, they're not. I do think that they are missing an opportunity to create an experience for people.
right.
Pre-run, post-run. I feel like there's some bookends that they could do.
I know they had some smaller stuff, like they had the thing with Coach Bennett and some things like that. But it's like you're talking about what Bandit did. Even Brooks had a pretty big thing going on.
The thing is, Bandit is probably the cost to them. I know now they got Jeter on board, but the cost to do like
I mean, A-Rod.
A-Rod, yeah, one of the
Yeah.
baseball
Yeah,
guys.
both.
Weren't they both Yankees?
Yeah,
One-
both
one of
hate-
those Yankees.
Yankee.
Hate them both equally, so it's
Okay.
cool.
Yeah. I know they've got that money coming in now, but like literally it had to be a large chunk of their budget for the year to be putting on some of the installations that they do at some of these races. And the spaces they get, and I know they're going to have a permanent store in Chicago coming up. Good for them. Congrats, guys.
Oh, cool. I didn't even know that.
But I mean, they got to be coming out with a shoe soon, right?
I would think so.
Like, and I'm not talking a collab shoe, like
Right.
a Bandit.
It seems to be the next logical step.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, that was kind of a sidetrack to Nike, but yeah, Bandit had their pop up, and then you went to the Tracksmith store after the race. We can talk about that then. But.
Yeah. It was the same Tracksmith setup as the year before. I mean, I love it, like what they're doing, and I know other people are trying to figure out like metal engraving or figure out, you know, post-run photos or whatever. It's just not the same. Like the tactile, watching somebody stamp your number onto a poster.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's a good experience. And then they also had another thing I really liked. If you bought one of the sweatshirts, they had a person there that was doing chain stitch, which I didn't really know that much about, but it looked like a regular old-fashioned sewing machine kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
They're sitting there and they'll chain stitch your name onto the
Oh, really?
sweatshirt or whatever. It's just like it fits the brand so well because it seems like such an elevated, like almost historic kind of like nice thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like in elementary school, all the rich kids had the monogrammed LL Bean backpacks or whatever.
Yeah. Well, what was also great was they're smart enough. They put a bar in their place. So while you're getting your poster stamped, maybe you're buying something, waiting for your sweatshirt to get, you know, we're drinking beer. So we were down there at post race with Rosie, Nick, Dave, and you know, well, we're just kind of standing around. We're waiting for Aubrey.
We're like trying to navigate, get everyone together. Thomas isn't answering his phone.
Having a beer.
I'm cold.
You can't
get reception.
There was no reception there. It's at the bottom of a hotel.
I'm teasing.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry. I feel like I derailed things there.
No, we were just waiting for
We have to go back
Aubrey.
to the shakeout. You're
Yeah, we're
jumping
jumping
way
way
ahead.
ahead past the race. Yeah. Memento, man. This is it.
It is. Yeah, there's no logical,
order.
Time is a flat circle.
But after the run, New Balance did have a really cool pop-up space where there was breakfast sandwiches. They had this stuff called mush, which I had never had.
I wasn't into it.
You didn't like it?
No, dude, it was wet yogurt or whatever.
I didn't have the
overnight oats.
I
or
didn't
whatever.
have the
Wet
overnight
beef,
oats. I
wet
had the
yogurt.
bar, and that was good.
The
Wait.
bar was okay.
Hold on. What was the overnight oats?
Mush.
That was the mush bar,
What did it look like?
like a
They
tub
looked like
of.
a yogurt.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because I took one home to have for the next morning, and I didn't know. I was
Ooh.
like, I was confused when I opened it up the next day, and I was like, whatever.
Did it melt?
Did you refrigerate it?
Yeah, but I was like, are you supposed to mix it up the night before, or just is it good?
No. It's you just eat it out of the jar.
Oh, okay. But it had like things in it.
Did you? Yeah, oats,
Those would be the oats.
No, there was like a fruit, like fruits or like
berries and shit.
yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I didn't have one. I don't know.
What did you think?
It was okay, but
When overnight oats craze was like on fire,
yeah,
like Meg bought us a jar and like Bell jar or something. We did them, and I was just like, "This is disgusting."
I like them.
It's like cold, wet
it's like
disgustingness.
cold
It's
porridge.
like cold porridge, yeah.
It's like Goldilocks
Yeah, but-
denied when she.
But you can put like protein powder in it, and you get like all the right amount
Dude,
of
I'd rather
stuff
just
you
have a
need.
smoothie. I was going to use the F word there.
You could have if you wanted.
Yeah. It
Well,
just-
anyway,
yeah, whatever.
they had a bunch of good stuff, so we hung out there for a
bacon,
little
egg,
bit.
and cheese sandies.
Yeah, they had like a gear customization thing.
Yeah.
They had their
Claw
claw
machine.
machine, and you could win shoes there.
They had the cold brews that you liked.
Those were very good.
So we did have some Morton mix there. I
Yeah.
thought there would be gels there, but we just had like
It was the drink mix.
the drink mix available.
And then elements, of course,
Yeah.
were there.
Should have done keg stands with Morton.
Yeah.
That would really get you.
Carb
If
loading.
you're gonna
carb
do
loading
like-
keg stands.
Yeah.
What about
We
cake
should
stands
start
of
doing that.
seltzer, element?
Yeah.
Seltzer.
We should start doing that at our events.
I did see somebody during the marathon. I was going through Instagram. There was a guy who got held up and did a cake stand.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead.
So then we did that afternoon. We did the panel discussion.
Yeah, so we went home and showered and came back to the same New Balance pop-up when they had like redesigned the whole place so that we could host the
Was it a panel
Well,
discussion?
okay, first
Fuels
off, let's
or- I don't
say
know.
something. We had 50 spots.
Yeah.
We were allowed to fill up 70 because we thought there would be attrition. There'd be people
Yeah.
who didn't show up. New Balance themselves said, yeah, usually half don't show up. So they were expecting about half the people. We only had 3 people out of the 70 not show up.
It was
Wow.
97%.
Get those. Can you get those 3 people so we can call them out on the podcast?
Yeah, well, no, I mean they should feel horrible. They lost out on getting a free pair of New Balance Rebel V5.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There was a free pair of running shoes, a shirt. What else was in the package?
Hanging out with us.
Yeah, I was gonna say free
The
hugs.
most important.
Free hugs if you wanted them.
Yeah.
Nobody took me up on that.
And I got to say, a lot of times when we're doing these things, I'm with you guys up front or whatever. I don't get to spectate. And this time I got to watch, and you guys were great. I thought, I was like, first off, Robbie, you're funny as fuck.
There's the F-bomb.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
I loved some of the derailments you did during it, talking about music and getting kind of like making your interviewee seem human rather than just a pitch for New Balance products.
Sometimes it's tough in those situations because you're talking about technical
Yeah.
things and products, so you got to try to keep it a little lighter.
Well, it also, even Chris, I don't think Chris is trying to, but I think you're so embedded in a brand sometimes
Right.
that you're going to give the brand talk.
Sure.
Which Chris did a great job of also being entertaining.
Yeah.
But you were able to pull him out of like just talking about the brand and
Yeah, it was-
being human.
It was good.
And so we should probably say you're talking about Chris Morfessi. He's the senior global product manager. I think I got that at New Balance, and we were there to talk all about basically the fuel cell line, which is their race day shoes and their fastest shoes. But yeah,
It's the performance side. You have the fresh foam, which is comfort.
Yeah.
Performance is fuel cell.
But he's such a easy dude to talk to, so it was like really fun.
Yeah.
And
Did you guys like? I felt like I was like trying to see like, did you learn anything new, or did you kind of feel like you had a pretty good handle on the product?
I think we already knew most of like the breakdown in fuel cell, how SC Elite's 100% PIBA, Rebel was 80-20, like that kind of thing.
The thing that I thought was interesting that I didn't know about when you guys kind of brought it up, you asked him what his favorite shoe was.
Yeah.
And he talked about the Rebel V2 and why it was his favorite shoe. And the story behind that, because it's not recorded, so I'm just going to say it.
Yeah.
The story behind it was during COVID times. They're meeting in the parking lot. And this is one of my favorite New Balance shoes of all time.
Right. Yeah.
They're meeting in the parking lot. They're taking a shoe. So the original Rebel was kind of a playoff of the 5220, which you guys talked about. 5280, which you guys talked about, which was the Myler, almost ballet slipper.
I have it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
That the first Rebel was built off that geometry, kind of to roll you off onto your big toe. And then they kind of democratized it a little bit more in the second version. But to hear that they were like, during COVID, meeting in the parking lot, like trying out the shoes, like just running up and down a parking lot to see what they thought.
Yeah, it's totally cool.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, because they couldn't go into office.
Yeah.
They would just like meet out in the open. And
Like just that story, I think you could make a short film about. It would be cool.
yeah, it's very cool.
History of the Rebel. But yeah, so that was really fun. And then after that, we were kind of chilling because the next day was race day, which was hard to fathom because it felt like it all went by so fast.
Chilling differently. I was like just laying in a bed. You guys were up on the up deck.
Yeah, but it was still.
I was jealous. I was
It
jealous.
wasn't like that cool. I mean,
We just sat out there for like, 2 hours,
Yeah.
had a couple drinks.
Yeah, but it was like every once in a while I'd hear some laughter or something. I was like, "Meh, resting for a marathon.
Yeah.
What a bummer.
I can't believe the memories we made.
Why do I do this?
Core memories made on the roof
Yeah.
deck without Thomas.
These guys are having fun.
Can't wait to reference those inside jokes. when Thomas is around.
We got to give it some time. I think there's got to be a little time on
You
it.
know, the relish. Second check-in. I talk about it a little bit in this episode, how time is just one measurement for the marathon. There are so many things that you can concentrate on that have nothing to do with time that will make the marathon fulfilling to you, or any race fulfilling to you, that has nothing to do with the clock.
Today's episode is sponsored by SWIFTWICK socks.
You know, I love my SWIFTWICK socks, and we love them so much that we partnered with them to bring the Believe sock to life, Robbie.
Yeah, it's I run in SWIFTWICK Man, this whole weekend we were at Chicago, just ran around in those socks.
Did you count how many people had SWIFTWICK on when they ran past you at mile 20?
I didn't. I'm not a sock counter.
Okay. I know that I wore them. It's my favorite height is the mid-calf. So we made the Believe Run socks mid-calf, and we have less than 50 pairs left in our store. You might also be able to get them at swiftwick.com for their socks as well. They have a little bit of inventory there. But definitely a favorite. I mean, my feet felt great after the 26 miles. They always feel good after my training runs. I've had no issues with the socks, even though they're not marked left and right.
Yeah, that's one of the best perks, I think.
It's definitely.
So if you want to get a pair of SWIFTWICK socks, drop listeners get 15% off their first purchase with code BELIEVE15. There's a link in the show notes, or you can go to swiftwick.com/collections/believe.
Yeah, so it was, I'm like down and I'm like, it was like,
The funniest part is I come down to go to sleep because what time was that? I don't know, maybe 10?
Yeah,
9:30,
10:30.
10:30.
Okay. And Thomas is like wide awake. And he's like, hey, what's going on? And like talking.
Yeah, I was
like, why are you awake?
I was like, dude, I'm trying to sleep.
I thought you were knocked out.
okay, I'm going to say this again. I've watched Ralphie. I'm the same thing as Ralphie. Like when Meg comes in the house or something, I'm like, hey, what's going on? I'm like all excited. But we skipped over dinner, and I will say we walked by a house that Robbie was so enamored with.
Gosh, sometimes I just.
I mean, I was enamored
Sometimes
by
I
it.
look at it on my phone.
Dude, that to me
gotta
was
send
like
that
the
stuff to me.
Adams Haunted Mansion.
Wait, I don't even know what you're talking about.
One of the brownstones we walked past.
Oh.
It's just like look like the house, my dream house. If I had $5 million.
Dude, if Wednesday from the Adams family popped out of that house, I would have been like, makes sense.
Yeah,
What
but
is this house?
Oh, wow.
It did have a cool deck down there.
dude, it had like its
below
own like
street
patio
level.
with the basement like showing
That's
at
your
the window.
dream house?
Yeah.
like Megan. That did.
That's it.
But
That wouldn't be
okay,
it for me.
and I will say again, I know it's a busy weekend in Chicago, and the restaurant people are probably overtaxed.
Very angry at everyone.
But yeah, they're not creating a friendly environment. Like,
So rude.
If you don't have a reservation, then I don't know.
But like you can be nice about it and
Oh,
say,
true,
"Oh, you
yeah.
don't have a reservation? Sorry, unfortunately."
we're also there at 4:30.
Yeah.
Like, do you need a reservation at 4:30?
Well, don't you think everyone else had the same idea?
no, there was places that were open. They just had.
But even like where we ended up, so we ended up sitting at a bar because obviously we couldn't get a table for.
and then
all
they
of
were
us.
mad that we figured out we could sit at the bar.
Yeah, it was like they were angry that we had found this loophole in the system.
But
And
wait,
the crazy thing was
The bartenders are cool. It was
the
just the
bartender
host.
was cool.
It
There
just
was
the
one
hostess.
maitre d'.
yeah.
But the thing was, think about it. You could have a guy sitting at the bar drinking a beer,
Right.
or you could have 8 people.
Yeah, that's why the bartenders didn't care at all.
Yeah,
They loved it.
eating. Yeah, they were about to get tipped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spending money there,
We
man.
all
Come on.
had food. Robbie was
beverages.
drinking all sorts of crazy things.
Was it? No, it wasn't.
You had some sort of mixed,
You had the mule thing.
Oh, Moscow
Oh.
Mule.
which came in a glass, right?
No, that was the next night.
Okay.
Yeah. Moscow Mule has to come in a copper
It's
cup.
not.
yeah, it has
it's
to. It's
Not,
not
the
a mule.
same.
Yeah.
Just doesn't.
I have a bunch of copper cups, and since I never drink mules, I'm like, what else can you put in these? I guess, like, what else would you use those for?
That's it. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It
Juicy
is-
They're
juice.
unnecessary.
It is kind of a
otherwise.
ridiculous
My-
concept.
My grandchildren are going to be like, Grandpa must have drank from copper mugs.
Those were going to be in the trash before that.
I don't know. Those were expensive.
Anyway, so race morning, I get you an Uber to go meet Rosie at the Palmer Hotel, which we've stayed at before, and we knew it was very close to the start.
And when Megan says she gets me in an Uber, I literally am like a kid going to kindergarten for the first day. It's like I got my little bag with me. I'm getting in. Megan's like, all right, have a good day.
Yeah, literally, it was like sending him off to school. Like, bye.
So we met at the Palmer House.
Yes.
The Laura Palmer Hotel.
So this is where we had stayed before one time, where when we were walking back to our hotel after interviewing Emma Bates,
Yeah.
Kafuzi decided to lay down in the street.
Yeah.
So I was very familiar with the place. We get in there, and you know what? I know that the Airbnbs are nice, especially when there's a big group of us, but it is in such a prime location.
Oh, yeah. It's
Such a
money.
sweet spot, and just takes the stress out of doing the Chicago Marathon. I highly recommend, if you're going to do it, get one of those hotels close to the start. It's like perfect. It's also close to the finish. Like it's a great place. But anyway, we were able to meet there. We sit down. There's access to bathrooms indoors. I went up to the front desk and they gave me waters. Like, I probably shouldn't tell everybody this, but yeah, they were super nice. The Palmer House is awesome. Book your stay. Anyway, so we were able to hang out there. It was fun. There was tons of people there from charity, so you saw people meeting up with all their, the same singlet on for whatever cause they were doing.
And weather at this time?
About perfect.
So it's like 50?
It's like 52, 53, I think, in the
It
morning.
was just cold enough that you kind of wanted that extra layer, but not cold enough that you were like
Freezing.
getting numb.
yeah. So Rosie and Nick are good friends now of Believe in the Run. They have been for a while. Nick ran, the way that we kind of really got to know Nick was he ran the Boston Marathon with you, Meg.
Yeah, in 22, I think.
Was that random or?
Yeah,
it?
we
Okay.
literally just,
Was it on the bus?
no, we were running in mile 7. He ran up next to me because I was running with a guy named Chapin at the time, and he just dropped off of the side of the race because his leg was hurting. And Nick was behind us and I guess saw this happen. And so ran up next to me and was like, hey, is that guy okay? And I was like, yeah. And then started talking to me about how he was a big fan of Believe in the Run.
Yeah.
And we ended up running like the next, 15 miles together.
So, and then since then, Nick has like become superhuman.
Yeah, now he's running
He ran a 222?
222 marathon, so we will no longer ever be running together.
Good for
Well, they will when you win the,
good
go
for
after.
47th male, I think.
Yeah, just insane.
Yeah, he's nuts.
And he's just a humble sweetheart of a dude. Like
Yeah.
he was more concerned he's running a 222 and he's worried about his wife. And he was happy that I was able to run with her because he didn't worry about her as much, knowing that she had someone to run with on the course.
Yeah.
But so Rosie and I are together. He at one point texts her and he's like, hey, are you guys going to come out? Because he was waiting out in the first corral. And I think he was hoping that we would come out and say hi and wish him
Okay.
well. But we were like, no, we got a bathroom.
We're gonna stay warm
Yeah, it's
inside.
nice. I'm sitting on a couch instead of the grass or the ground.
So how late did you guys wait to go into the corral?
We went in, we started heading over there about an hour before we would need to start. So like around 7 or so, I think.
And so you said on the car ride here that you didn't pack enough Morton shells because
That-
you didn't factor in the
I didn't
wait
factor in
time.
the 2 hour. I met her at the Palmer House at 6.
Yeah.
And the race for us was going to start at 8 a.m. Well, also I told Rosie I was going to mention it on the podcast, so I have to. So we walked over, and of course, that I think it's the temperature change. As soon as you go outside and that cold air hits you, you have to pee. So we get out there, and the lines for the porta potties were insane. But around the tents, there was a lot of wood chips.
Okay.
So you just saw lines of dudes just peeing on the sides of the
But
tents.
they
and
have the
stuff like
troughs there though for the dudes.
that. No.
But they do have them at the
I
Chicago.
didn't see the troughs.
Okay, because I used them last year.
Okay, so there's dudes just pissing on the side of the tent. And I'm like, oh, that's so vulgar, I'm trying
And
to
then you
protect
do it.
Rosie. Rosie's like, hey, if you cover for me, I'm just going to squat. And I was like, I don't know if I should be covering for you. So she found a girl and they covered for each other and they just...
No way.
They squatted, which
Runners are
immediately
disgusting, man.
endeared me to Rosie because I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's great.
thank you for not being a
That's champion
prima
status.
donna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go to the bathroom. She goes to the bathroom. Sorry, Chicago. And we get into the corral, and of course we start seeing people that are coming up, Believe in the Run. I saw a lot of people from Maryland,
Yeah.
that were in the corral. It's just a weird. It's so weird. You're like standing out in the middle of the city early in the morning, just surrounded by people, and you can feel the body heat.
And the urine heat
Yeah,
from all the.
you just saw steam coming up.
So you guys started half an hour before the official start. Did you hear do you
Yeah.
guys get a second gun or does
Yeah,
that?
you hear the first one go off.
Okay.
And then they start hyping you up. They release your gate. So I was originally supposed to be in the first wave.
Yeah.
But in the very, very back. I think back. And then that wave goes off. They open our gate then, and we all kind of walk that 1/10 of a mile to the start. And it's just it's electric vibe because you just know everybody's like I felt like I was more anxious than Rosie. I thought I'm like I've done this before. Rosie seems calm.
Maybe she's just better at hiding it.
She looks so relaxed and was
Yeah.
like having fun, just talking, and I'm like, do I know how to run? But we get up, people are throwing their stuff on the side. And just
What was
getting
nice
ready.
is Rosie sent me a text of you guys in the corral, so I was able to tell her that we were at 1.5 miles, so to look out for us and to be on the left side of the street.
That was money.
So we got to see you guys really early, which was fun. But I told her, I was like, yeah, we're right by the bridge. And in my mind, we were like under the train thing, so that was like a bridge, but you run over a bridge right before you got to
Yeah.
us. And so she was like, oh, I missed them.
No, I had kind of had an idea, but before we even got to the bridge, this was the coolest thing. I don't know. Last time I ran Chicago, they didn't have this. In the very first tunnel that you run through,
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
there was a rave going on, like smoke machines, lights, a DJ. It was a little too early to be getting that pumped up.
Yeah.
Because I think it probably ruined some people's day. They're like, yeah, let's go.
There's
You know,
no
probably-
GPS in there. People
Yeah,
just flying.
you're probably
Yeah.
doing like 6-minute miles,
Yeah.
like off the bat. I mean, and you're not elite. You know, but it was like the whole tunnel was like they had speakers along it, so it was like thumping and lights are going, smoke machines going, the
Wow,
DJ's
yeah.
shouting people out, and yeah, we pop out of that and it's like, you know, let's get back into it.
Did you feel like you guys could run the paces you wanted in those crowds?
Yeah.
That's nice.
I think
That's
that the
good.
energy, and I think people go out. We were in the front of the
Yeah,
second
first,
wave, so
yeah.
these people
Okay.
are like, we didn't have to, like we were I felt like we were in the right space for the pace that we were running.
Yeah. I couldn't, it was crazy to watch from that first spot we were at 1.5 miles, the amount of fast people. Like, we probably saw thousands of people before the 3-hour pacers came through. And it was just like
And you know
wild
not that
to
many
me.
people went.
Yeah.
True,
It's
true.
interesting. But yeah, so that was cool. We stayed there for a little while.
That
and
was
then-
such a lift though to us. Like, even though it was only 1.5 miles,
Yeah.
it was like, I was like looking forward to it. She was looking forward to it. And when we saw you guys and you guys were all pumped up and the energy, it just
Yeah.
was like, okay. And that was like perfect timing because it's like you're kind of settling into your pace.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So after that, we jogged over to about the halfway mark to try and catch the leaders. Which, did we catch the leaders or we missed the top guys?
we did.
We did. We caught
Yeah.
the leaders, and then we stayed and we waited for Nick to run by. He didn't see us at all, but
You
were
got him on
cheering for
video.
him. Yeah, and he looked super strong, and he was in the middle of a pack of guys.
So what's crazy is Nick is probably what, 6'2",
Yeah.
6'1",
Yeah.
maybe 6'1", and he's muscular, but he's not like, you wouldn't call him like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Like a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
But when you see him next to
All the other
dudes
runners.
who are running 222,
Yeah.
he looks like he could smash everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was on a couple occasions wasn't sure if it was him because I'm like, that dude looks huge.
Is it just in juxtaposition
Yeah,
I
to
think
like
it
it
was,
is.
yeah.
Because you see it when you stand next to him after the race. He looks like a runner.
Well, I do feel like there's an advantage to being shorter and being faster. Like if you're light,
You're a tiny human.
yeah, and you can go. I think in long distance running, that's a huge advantage.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's proving otherwise. So
Right, that just shows
6'2".
you he's what a boss he is.
Yeah.
And then we went to 20, but so at this point, you and Rosie are just cruising.
So yeah, we're going, and it was really nice to run with Rosie because I think that for the day we were pretty well matched on just like what we wanted to do. Neither one of us was like, we were running 840s, and I think we were both like, okay, we're hitting this, and neither one of us was like, let's drop it down. We're just kind of like, I'm happy here.
Yeah.
And there was some moments as we went along where this is my favorite thing. When you're running with somebody that's a good running partner, there's some times where you're dragging a little bit and the person, you're just like latch onto them. Like I would just be like, I'm just going to follow her footsteps. And, like I remember at mile 11, I was just kind of like, I'm having a little, I never went like really dark, but I was like, this sucks. It's a long way to go.
There's always
I'm
hard
tired.
parts of the marathon.
Yeah. And so I was just like, I'm just going to get on her shoulder and just ride it out. And then I would come out of that and I'd be like, oh, I'm feeling really good. And I would pull a little bit in front of Rosie, and I could tell that she was like, feeding off of that
Yeah.
for me. So we kind of like, in that sense, I felt like we were really really good partners, and we kept putting up goals like, okay, let's get to the half, let's get to the next spot. Meanwhile, I am eating more Mortons than I've ever eaten in my life.
Getting notifications on your Koros.
Yeah, so I set up 25-minute
Oh, wow.
things, but I had 2 Mortons before, since we were there early.
Mm-hmm.
I had 2 Mortons before the race even started, and I'd only brought 6 on me, knowing that there was some on the course. I went through the other 4 before they even had a Morton station. So luckily, she was wearing like a bandit bra that had like the, you know, like the bandolero.
Yep,
So she had an extra Morton. So I took one off her before we got to even the free Mortons.
Wow. So Robbie, Megan, and I are on our way to meet Carl at mile 20. And the night before the race, I got a text from Aubrey. And he said, my aunt can no longer watch my son Josiah tomorrow and get him to mile 20. Can you get him there? So, of course, I'm like, sure. But I'm thinking, our whole plan is we're running to all of these places. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll still do like the running, but then we'll go grab him to make sure he's there for Aubrey at mile 20. In my mind, this should not be too challenging.
And put a little asterisk there. Like Josiah,
Yeah,
he's a great kid.
wonderful.
Like,
He's
smart.
12 years old.
Yeah.
But like you could,
Have a conversation with him.
you could literally just hang out. And
He's
it's
inquisitive,
really
smart.
Funny. Yeah.
Yeah, just a good kid.
So we go meet up. We say hi to Carl at 20, and I'm hoping that we're going to see Nick come across because he's, I think, the fastest person we're tracking. And
I saw him already.
we're realizing that, like, we want to be back in time for you and Rosie at mile 20. So I was like, we should just go now to go get Josiah. So
Smart.
we get in an Uber, and when you booked an Uber at this point, it said we'll get you here at this time. There's no closings, no delays, no nothing. So I'm like, cool, booked it. Not sure how it was going to work, but so we get in this Uber, and this woman's like, do you know how we're going to get here? And we're like, no. She's like, yeah, all these roads are blocked. So we were like, well, can you get us as close as you can, and we'll get out and jog to him. So she's like driving around, and I'm watching on I have my Google Maps up, and Megan's on the Uber app, and I'm watching, like, we're going in circles. And I'm like,
no.
and I'm losing my mind. Like, my patience is going down and down the longer this is happening. So I'm like, can you pull over? We're just going to get out. So we get out of the Uber, and we jog a mile to go find Josiah. And then I'm like, he can't run back to us, and I'm not sure how we're going to get in an Uber, because when we pull up the Uber app now, the whole thing's blocked off. The whole area we're in does not allow Uber pickups. So he's like, well, I'll jog with you guys if you want. And we're like, yeah. Meanwhile, he's 12 years old. He has a backpack on.
Yeah. Like, and dude, that backpack was heavy because it had a Nintendo Switch. And like, I lifted it, and I was like, dude, you ran with this?
Yeah, he was such a champ. So we like jog a little bit, but then we're realizing like he's, getting out
Fading.
of breath, and like we don't want to push him too hard. And
Neither of you were like, we'll carry the backpack?
meanwhile, I probably should have done that. I wasn't like, my mind was so like,
Meg was frazzled.
I was like losing it. I was like, I could run to where I need to go, but I can't.
Were you like,
I don't want to
hey,
leave
can
them.
you hold my keys?
And so anyway, we ended up running to a place where we could pick an Uber, and it was like 4 blocks away. So this is the best part. So
Real quick, I was not with you guys
Yeah.
because I had to, earlier I took a piss like behind some like building, and then
We brought Baltimore to Chicago.
yeah.
Seriously.
And then was basically behind you, so then I just kind of took my time running.
Yeah.
And by the way,
checking
this
things
isn't the
out.
last piss story of the day, so.
Yeah, we probably don't need to tell
Yeah.
the other one.
definitely
It
don't.
wasn't my story, by the way. It was Thomas's. So, anyways, so then I wasn't with you during this whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so luckily Carl and Robbie were holding down mile 20 cheer zone while this is all happening. But so we finally get into an area where it lets us book an Uber, and Megan goes to book one, and it's like ID verification required.
Wait, really?
And she's like, I've never seen this in my life. And I'm like, what is happening? So then I finally book mine, and it doesn't require that. and it goes to get an Uber, and then it says canceled, fare is no longer available. And I'm literally losing my mind. Like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, we're not even going to see Thomas and Rosie at this point because it's
By the
taken
way,
so
as
long.
someone who knows Megan in these situations, you don't really want to be around her.
I believe it.
So anyway, we finally get within a spot. The Uber works. I get in the car, and I'm like looking at the map, and so I have the Chicago Marathon tracker up, and I'm like, we're like literally right next to Thomas and Rosie, like on the street
No way.
in this Uber.
That would be amazing if you're yelling from an Uber.
And so I was like, okay, we're going to make it because she's driving. We're cutting off a corner, basically. And so then she drops us off as close as she can get, which is still probably quarter of a mile. And we have to cross the race course to get to the cheer zone with Josiah.
Right.
And at this point, people are still moving.
Yeah.
Like these are 8:30 runners, and they're pretty packed in there. So we like find this one area, and we carefully run with the runners.
I love the diagonal run.
And cross over, and Josiah did great with us, and then we finally get to mile 20.
It is like crossing a river. You got to jump in and then kind of go with the flow and cut across.
Well, and I'm like, this is such a big day for these runners, and the last thing you want to do is like,
Well, here's my
screw
favorite.
it up
You
for
know
them.
how sweet Rosie is. Rosie didn't have a negative thing to say the entire race. But there's like one family tried to cross, and she's like, what are they doing? Yeah. like they were like running like in the thick of things.
Right, like stopping and waiting for
Yeah,
people.
like
yeah.
like with little kids and stuff. It's like, oh God.
Yeah.
So we get to 20,
Yeah.
and I don't see Megan right away, but I did see you. But I was past you a little bit when I realized it was you.
I know, I have it on video. You're like looking around, like what?
Yeah, but Rosie saw you,
Yeah.
and then I actually loved it. Robbie came up, and Robbie, he got his phone out. He's running with us, and I'm like, "Oh, this is fun!" And he was like checking in on us, and I surprisingly felt really good at mile 20. Like I just was like long run day, kind of like.
I was there too, running with the big camera.
I was
I was like, dude, how long are we going?
I
'Cause-
was-
I was talking. I feel like I was.
He was there for a little
Yeah,
while,
yeah.
and
Carl
then,
was
and
there
then
too.
Carl pops in with the full size camera. But it just was such, and I don't know if any of you are listening or you're not running a race, but you're planning on spectating. It is so nice when you're running to see a familiar face and just talk to people and kind of like reset. And I felt like Rosie, a big part of where she was going on that day was just to get to mile 20 because she knew you guys would be there.
Yeah.
And so I didn't realize it. She said that she was, not feeling like the best at that point, but she made it to 20, and I thought she was fine. So we were going, and it really was a huge lift to see you guys. Like
That's awesome.
it makes your day. So
yeah, you look great.
if you don't think that when you're out there cheering for people, it matters, it really does. Like,
Yeah, I was. I mean, I had a lot of fun. It's like we were.
Yeah, when Megan and I finally got back, we see Carl and Robbie, and they're going free shots, and they've got like tequila, and they're
It was like,
handing it out.
how come nobody offered me a shot at
'Cause
tequila?
They were gone
They were
at
gone
that
by the time
point.
you got there.
You would
Somebody.
not believe how many people said yes to tequila at
Yeah.
mile 20.
Tequila will not hurt you.
There was a
That's what we said.
couple women who were cheering for a friend, and they had like a tray of tequila shots, and then once their friend left, like they saw her, she was like, "You guys want to hand out the rest?" So she gave us the sign and the tray. So we
That's
just
nice.
gave out the rest and took half for ourselves. And we got to stay hydrated. And but it was fun. Like, I mean, I feel like it's still, even my voice is a little gone. Just yelling for people, and then a lot of people know who we are, so they'll see us, and I would just kind of jog with them, be like, "How's it going?" Like run, same thing I did with you, run like 50 yards, and then come back. But people were starting to struggle a little bit, and I tried to, like, people were cramping and things like that, and I tried to help them out any way I could. But I was trying to tell them, like, look, there's shade on the left side, like, go over to there because you're in the sun right now.
I can't believe how many people weren't, like, there's a blue line for Chicago.
Yeah.
Which is your, the fastest tangents to
Right,
get to the finish. one, how many people I don't think knew what that line was for, and two, how many times that line went into the shade and people weren't going into the shade.
I'm always shocked by that, even in other races, because I'm like, you have half the street is full shade,
Yeah.
like just.
And the difference
run
between
there.
the shade and the sun,
Huge
of that day,
difference.
I felt like I needed a jacket when we were in the shade,
Yeah.
and when you were in the sun, you're like, I want to take everything off.
Yeah.
Like it was at least 10 degrees difference in between them. And that was another great thing. Like you would start to feel hot because you're out in the sun, and then you turn a corner or something and you'd be in the shade and there'd be like a light breeze coming down the street and you just like, oh, that feels amazing. Final check-in. I don't care if you had the best race of your life or the worst race of your life. You dragged, you didn't finish, whatever it was, you should be proud of yourself. You spent all that time training. You spent time getting ready. You did your best. That should be enough. It doesn't matter if you finished first, last, whatever. You went out there, you put yourself on the line, you challenged yourself, and you should be proud of yourself.
This episode is sponsored by MAURTEN. This is our favorite go-to gel for all of our training and races.
And it's Conner Mantz's go-to gel for the Chicago Marathon this weekend.
Oh, that's dope.
It is.
So the magic behind MAURTEN is the hydrogel encapsulates the carbohydrates, letting them pass right through your stomach and into your intestines to be absorbed as fuel. That means you can take in more carbs and even sodium bicarbonate without the GI distress that ruins so many workouts and races. And it's why every marathon world record since 2016 has been fueled by MAURTEN.
Oh, wow. I didn't actually know that.
I mean, it's science. It works.
Yeah.
We all use it. If you listen to this full episode, you'll hear how Thomas is going to use it in Chicago. It's great. Oh, and our listeners can save 15% off by going to MAURTEN.com and using the code BELIEVE15.
I mean, that's a good savings on MAURTEN.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how long did you guys stay at mile 20?
So
Probably
we were there
2
for a long
hours,
time.
dude.
Obviously,
5 hours.
we got Josiah to see Aubrey, which was awesome. Like that moment of them together was great, and we got some really good videos. And the day before at our Shakeout run, we had a guy named Jeffrey stop by. And
Oh, yeah.
he was like, you guys will be gone by the time I make it to mile 20.
Jeffrey's a bigger runner. He's ex-Army. He might still be Army. I
Yeah.
don't know. If he is.
Jeffrey Watkins.
From Louisiana.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
And so he didn't think we would still be there by the time he came through mile 20. But I had him on my tracker, and I was like, oh yeah, we're definitely staying here for him. And he was so excited when he came through, and he literally said, I can't believe you guys are still here. And he had the biggest smile on his face. And so that was like so fun to see. And then we stayed for Chad, who came through shortly after him.
Yeah.
And so we stayed probably until like the 5:15 hour guys came through.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then we headed towards the finish line.
I want to give a quick shout out to Nico and 3 Run 2 because their cheer zone was pretty awesome. They had
cool.
they had confetti, they had the bells, they had a DJ, they had beer, coffee, tamales. They had like
Donuts.
Tamales.
the donuts. Yeah, they had a whole set.
Nobody offered me any food or anything. I was guzzling down. I think I had like 10 Mortons and a serving of runway salty carbs.
we didn't wanna
I would
upset
have
your-
loved an empanada.
Didn't want to upset your GI tract.
I will
Yeah, we're looking out for you.
3 Run 2 is awesome though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, they're great group.
Yeah, they had a DJ. It was bumping.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear the music.
Yeah, it was a great
How
cheer
loud it
zone.
got.
The cheering and stuff was like so loud. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you finish.
Well,
we're hanging out at the cheer zone
I
still
pull
for a
at
while.
mile 21. I pull a Robbie. There's like these bridges, and I don't know.
Probably my fault for.
I'm coming off the bridge, and I don't know why I looked up and did something and right into a pothole and went like of course mile 21.
Rolled your ankle.
Yeah, but it wasn't that bad, and I was just like, when you can, I'm just gonna run through this, and it's like it's tingling and your foot goes numb, but you're just like whatever.
Yeah.
And Rosie was like kind of like, I think at this point, she didn't want to feel like we were done running together.
Okay.
Well, she explained it to me afterwards that she runs by herself mostly, and so she didn't want that feeling of like she was holding you back, and it was almost like would make it her feel better if you went on your own.
Yeah. So we split, and I left Rosie, and I didn't really want to because, like, at this point, like, look, this is how I feel about it now. Like, when you're not going for a PR and you're not doing anything, and then you start off with someone, I feel like that experience is much more memorable than whatever your finishing time would be. So we did start slowing a little bit, and I could tell that maybe she wasn't feeling like maintaining the pace that we had. But, like, I didn't care. I was like, I'd rather run and be with you than,
Right.
finish. But I also understand the flip side of you feeling like you're holding somebody back. So I get it. But, like, and I hope maybe there's a message to people out there running these marathons. If you can share a marathon with someone or share it, the experience, or even if you say that you're not having the best day and you're not going to PR, but you can just change your mindset and just be like excited to be there that day and experience the city, experience the event, even when you're suffering. The time that you finish the marathon is just one measurement. There's all the other things, the training you did to lead up to it, the experience and the memories you're going to have from the event, the people that you ran with, the people you see cheering on the sidelines. All that stuff is a lot more memorable than exactly what your finish time is, especially if you're not going for a PR. Like if it's not going to be a PR day. So for me, I don't know, maybe it's the amount of marathons I've run so far, but the feeling that I get when I look back on my favorite marathons, it's not the time I necessarily ran, it's the people I ran with.
Yeah, and looking at your splits, I mean, they're pretty even the whole way.
Yeah.
And, I mean, your heart rate was pretty low.
Yeah, I think
things
maybe I left
considered.
some meat on the table.
A little bit.
But like we were tracking you guys obviously the whole time, and the predicted finish time didn't change. Like it was consistent.
Well, the thing that was crazy for me was every time I crossed a mat with Rosie, I'm like, oh, they must be happy because they're seeing
Progress
us together.
Yeah.
Like it was like we would be like pop pop, and I was like, anybody tracking is going to be like, okay, Rosie and Thomas are together.
Yeah.
So then when she decided not to go, I was like, every time I hit a mat, I was like, oh, I wonder if they're worried.
I was wondering what happened, but I was like, they're both still moving forward, so everyone's fine. I wasn't too worried at that point.
And honestly, we finished 3 minutes apart.
Yeah.
And I know that Rosie didn't want to feel like she was holding me back or something, but that 3 minutes to me wouldn't have mattered. Like, I didn't, like, it wouldn't be like I was, like, devastated. And the crazy thing is, I saw Nick on the Mount Roosevelt or whatever.
Yeah.
And he shouted, he's like, you're
Big
looking,
hill.
he's like, you look great. And I'm like, dude, you finished like an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, meanwhile, he's had like 3 beers, hot dogs, showered.
Yeah. But, it was the last 800 of that marathon just seems so long because you're like anticipating it. You're like, I almost wish they didn't have that sign because
The 800 meters.
well, no, what they do is they have 1 mile to go.
Yeah.
So when I hit mile 25, mentally I'm like, that's it. I've got 1 mile to go. I know there's a point 2. I don't care.
Right.
I know it. But then they put a sign that said 1 mile to go.
Yeah.
And I was like, you just made me reset.
Right.
Not again.
And then
Yeah.
they're like 800 to go.
Yeah.
And then there was like last 400. And I'm like, meanwhile, when you get to Mount Roosevelt, there's people laying on the ground. There's like, it looks like
Carnage.
you know, when you're coming off the boat in,
Normandy.
no, what was the one? It is Normandy, but I'm talking about, what was that movie with Tom Hanks?
Band
Yes,
of Brothers.
No.
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan. It's like that. You're like, I felt like we were just at the bottom of that hill. It feels like the boat opens.
Yeah.
And everybody's running onto the beach and you're just seeing people falling left and right from you, walking and stuff. And you're like, fight through. And you're going. And yeah. And then you hit that flat, and that flat just seems like a long way to go, but you can at least see the finish.
Yeah. And it was, so your watch said 26.54.
Yeah, I went a little bit over.
All right.
I think everyone's
Yeah,
I think
that's
everyone said
typical
26.5.
Chicago.
Like that's just the GPS is out crazy
Well,
out
it's
there.
not just your GPS is crazy. You are nobody runs a
Yeah.
perfect.
No, it's
day.
never going to be 26.2.
Which
Yeah,
is
that's-
that's why when during the pandemic people are like, oh, PR, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, Meg.
Sure you did.
No, I'm like, you took 0.2 to
You did, yeah.
off.
So you're saying Meg's sub 3 was
26.
invalid?
No, why that one was valid? She stopped to throw up on that one.
Your GPS, though, honestly, wasn't that far off on the first mile. There's a little variance, but it wasn't too bad.
At one point, it said we were running like 7-minute miles, and I was like, "We got to slow down, Rosie." And she's like, "I guarantee you, we're not running 7-minute miles."
There's just one spot for a short, like 2-block stretch where it was a little off.
All right, Koros.
Not bad.
It was.
Honestly, and the whole way after that was the only part too. The rest of the way looked pretty spot on. So okay, Koros did a pretty good job.
Yeah, in case you're curious, we finished with a 3:51:30. I do feel like maybe I missed a little bit of an opportunity to try to drop it down a little bit, especially how good I feel today.
You definitely could have.
It's like I'm not sore. Everything's fine.
Look, like ideally the goal, I think. So my Coro said that I could run. They were predicting a 3:44, and Strava was predicting a 3:55. So 3:51 is right in the range of where the data was predicting. Do I think that maybe I could have been closer to the Koros number? I think I don't think I really wanted to go into the pain locker. I think I was cautious a little bit on the run, but honestly, what's the difference?
You're saving it for JFK 50 miler
Well, yeah, in New York.
in New York.
New York.
And
These are all training runs for JFK. That is.
Meanwhile, I
goal.
feel like we had just as hard as a training day as spectators. Okay, spectators deserve a lot more.
Dude, I was so sore the next morning.
Okay, because of our whole Uber like not great scenario getting Josiah, I was
Stress.
like, let's just walk to the finish line. And when I put it into my map, it was 2 miles away, or just under 2 miles away, but it took us to the corner of the park, and you guys were a mile above that.
Dude, yeah.
And so we ended up walking 3 miles with Josiah, this 12-year-old amazing child who didn't complain at all. I, of course, was carrying Carl's backpack because it was too heavy
He's
for
a
him.
whiny
I had that on for 5 hours. What do you want from me?
So, but we did that trek, and I mean, we were tired.
It's exhausting.
Honestly, all props to that. I have done the spectating thing, and I do feel like it's as exhausting. You're out there, you're hungry, you're on your feet, you're burning calories. It is a long day on your feet.
But you don't have the high from
Right,
racing.
and then you don't, and nobody gives you a medal at the end.
You just have this fatigue.
Yeah,
for
you're just
nothing.
tired.
Yeah.
I felt like that way when we watched New York last year.
Yeah.
Spectated New York, I was like,
Guess I'll feel that in a couple weeks.
yeah.
When you guys are out there.
Round two.
Well,
Round
what
two.
it is okay. So last year in New York, and hopefully you do the same thing. You know, I had to get up and at 4 a.m. and go with them to the start, which the bus got lost. Hopefully this year it doesn't.
Oh,
get
man,
lost.
that better not happen again.
But you'll go there. So you start the day just like if you were racing,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then you're going to travel around as much. You're going to be on your feet, walking around. Hopefully it'll be cold and you'll be shivering and burning calories. And it's a long day. And you get back and you're just like, I'm freaking wasted.
Dude, easier to run it. I'm telling you. Easier to run it.
I was looking. I mean, you
Like-
had more steps than me because you had to do that whole hotel thing. But I had.
Yeah.
I didn't do my steps from the evenings, but we had 25,000 steps during the.
Oh, yeah, it was easily over 30,000.
So you had to have over 30.
Well, what was crazy is that Megan is, you not only did that, but you had the, like, my stress was running from point A to point B. Yours was picking up a kid, getting the kid to the thing. Like,
Dude,
You don't know
cheer-
which
I
way.
wouldn't, I
Yelling-
wouldn't,
Yeah.
I
Cheering
wouldn't.
for people for 2 hours straight is actually pretty, like actually cheering.
Like
Yeah.
me and Robbie were going in.
We were
Like
going all
yelling.
out.
Dude, we were
Yeah.
yelling, we were screaming. It was wild.
I wasn't like Gambate. I actually did do that the one time, which is awesome.
Oh,
Remember
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Saw a woman
You
with
shouldn't have done Gambot. Well,
with Japanese.
Oh, and she
Okay.
got the biggest smile on her
yeah,
face.
she was so happy.
okay,
Yeah.
because Jiayo is the Chinese one. And we went through Chinatown, and I heard some of them saying Jiayo, so I did the shishe.
Nice.
And, you know, you get
Nice.
the double head whip, like,
Yeah.
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 That
But
means "fu" in Chinese.
yeah,
Shishe.
pretty much, yeah.
So while we're kind of on race day in New York City, the plan is we're going to have an unofficial sub 4 hour pace group that's going to be led by Thomas, Robbie, and Jarrett from our team. And
The 3 men of
We
the
won't
apocalypse.
say how far it's led for,
Yeah.
but it will be led.
You'll start off going sub 4.
And because there are obviously different start waves, different start corrals, we'll put out a form and we can put it in the show notes of this podcast and we'll share it out on social for you guys to fill out if you're interested and just let us know what corral and wave you're in. And then these guys have special cards to go anywhere and they're going to pick based off of the most amount of people.
Yeah, it's a
to
little
try
more
and-
difficult than Chicago because Chicago was like
You could just do a wave.
pretty much
Yeah.
just drop back or even request a change in some cases, which you can request a change for New York. I'm not guaranteed it'll come through.
Yeah.
But we'll. That's not fair. I had to go too. And so we'll put like the form if you want to do
Yeah.
the run. So the idea is that we'll do the 4-hour pace group. We'll try to get a waiver corral that has the most amount of people, and then we'll announce what that is.
Yeah.
So that if you can petition to change, maybe they will let you.
Yeah.
And then so we'll be doing it with New Balance.
Yep.
So we'll have custom singlets.
Yeah.
So the shakeout run the morning before the race.
Yeah, so the details, I don't have exact address of where we'll be, but it'll be the morning, I think about 8 a.m. on Saturday in Soho. That'll be our shakeout run where if you are planning to be a part of that 4-hour group, that's where we'll be able to hand out singlets.
Yeah, so we'll have singlets. We'll have marathon photos also partnering with us again. So they're
Don't
gonna.
forget the singlets. Don't forget the singlets match the
Okay.
sort of match the New York
The hats.
limited edition SC. No, not the hats at all. The SC
Elite
Elite
V5.
V5 for
okay.
New York.
Yeah.
So if you want to pick those up.
Yeah, so we'll be so Marathon Photos partnering again, so they'll be doing free photos for the group, which is awesome.
Awesome.
That
That's
is
really
awesome.
cool.
You know what's nice about running with Rosie? She bought the photos, and I'm in all of them. So she just sent me the ones.
That works.
Nice.
And then so by the way, if there is anyone else who's maybe wants to run 4 hours with us, that's like an actual pacer.
Robbie wants more
Wait,
confidence.
somebody who can run like
Like
a,
a
easily,
3 hour.
3 hour
yeah.
marathon. Not borderline,
Well, yeah.
redlining on 4.
Like just ran a flat Chicago at 3:51.
That would be cool if you would like to help out.
I do feel a little confident though that I don't feel like I put everything out there in Chicago. That
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Giving the people
no,
confidence.
you would definitely be fine to do 4 hours.
Yeah.
Whether or not we roll our ankles on a pothole
Oh,
and
jeez.
survive.
if I don't have a
an 80
coughing attack.
If it's an 80 degree
Oh,
day.
dude,
Oh,
all
dude, no.
cards are off the table. If it's
Yeah.
80 degrees, I will pace you to a sub 6.
Asterisk, weather dependent.
Yeah. Fine print. Read it.
Meg's gonna look up the weather right now. Oh, by the way,
It's too far away.
that guy I haven't downloaded it yet, but the guy who has this like spectacular weather analyzing. Ben Johnson posted one of his things about like this is the hottest it could get. Here's it. So here's probably where it's gonna be, and I think it was like right on target. He said we could have a free membership to it.
This is the Farmer's Almanac,
No, I'll have to see.
the ChatGPT version of Farmer's Almanac.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's should be pretty exciting. I think we'll have another good crew if we can assemble.
We're gonna have fun
the
no matter what.
forces.
So if
Yeah.
you want to have fun in New York, we're those people.
So we're hashing out some of the details still.
Yeah,
We'll-
but so hopefully by the time this comes out, there'll be a link for you guys to all use to submit your info.
yeah,
if
well,
you're
at least
interested.
because they now the bibs that has your corral, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Dude, I cannot wait to eat some more Mortons.
I bet.
Like I'm having to keep myself from doing it right now.
I almost ate one for breakfast that one day because we didn't have any breakfast left.
What are you pointing at?
Dude, I told you leftover pizza, bro. Should have done it.
Oh,
I was
Jesus.
worried about my stomach even worse with that.
What's the name of that app?
That's true.
Meteo Pace? I don't know how you say it.
Yeah, they're the ones who have the weather app.
Swimmy swamps and Samsonite.
Yeah, pretty much. It helps runners pace smarter.
All right. Ben,
With weather-
If Ben Johnson's using it, I know it's legit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Read the small print. Jeez.
that dude is dialed into every possible technological advancement. You
Well,
can
he's a
find.
robot.
It says
Yeah.
helps runners pace smarter with weather intel. Train sharp, race strong, crush your goals. Available on the App Store and Google Play.
If they came out and were like, "Oh yeah, this is the U.S. government's first AI humanoid robot, and his name's Ben Johnson," I'd be like, "Oh,
Checks.
I wouldn't be surprised."
Well, first you'd
Like,
have to
there
be
you go.
like, which Ben Johnson? Because there's 1,000 of them. It's the best name for a robot
Yeah.
because,
the one that can run a
It's like John Smith.
yeah, it really is.
the one that can run a 2:40 marathon every
Every
2
day.
weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he ran the next day. So while the rest of us are like, oh, I don't have to run for a week, I could recover. Ben Johnson
He
ran
went
like
out and-
5 miles
He
in
runs
like
every day, pretty much.
6 minute pace.
Yeah. He's like, oh, that felt so good. I'm like, oh man, you are a robot.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Also, well, yeah.
All right.
That's pretty much it.
No, I mean that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a good night hanging out post party.
Yeah. It was fun.
Then the Curry showed up. Kim.
Kim Conley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
two. Are they both Olympians?
I don't know if Diane is.
Yeah, no, she is.
Okay.
She was actually, I know this because I looked it up. She was when she was 15 years old. She competed in the Sydney,
2000, somewhere
yeah,
like yeah.
Sydney Olympics
Okay.
for Burundi.
And she's never worn hookahs.
Correct.
Yeah.
She has
She was
not.
an A6 athlete.
A6 athlete.
Meanwhile, Robbie's playing Hugh Hefner's Playboy
Dude,
pinball.
the Playboy pinball machine took like 4 quarters from me that I feel like it should have given me for reward,
Dude, Feathers had quarters in her purse,
which is cool.
which is insane. That's like basically someone carrying antiques around.
Yeah, she had also Werther's originals in her butterscotch.
Whoa, no way,
I'm just
really?
kidding. No, she did not. but
She
that would've-
shops at Aldi, you know, you got to have
that would've
quarters.
been awesome.
Oh, that's
for the
true.
cart,
I didn't think
right?
about that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Now, how is she going to go shopping?
No, she kept one.
Oh,
she
she
had a
did?
little
All right.
secret whole pocket for it.
Nice. The Aldi stash pocket.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was, we had a good time. Got some drinks, had some burgers, and that's pretty much it. Then I got my $800 voucher the next day.
Yep. We already told that story.
Boom.
One final thing before we sign off here, because I have to go do a live Instagram,
All right.
is
Do you? I think you already have over 1,000 people responded to
Yeah.
your thing that you posted this morning.
so. In case you haven't seen it, Megan and I have partnered with ASICS to give 100 women a chance to run the LA Marathon in 2026, and it includes 16 weeks of nutrition, coaching, and training plans.
So explain that because you're doing the training plans.
Yep.
So I don't know if you guys know this. Meg is actually a certified.
Yeah, when I was trying to figure out my own running, I got a couple of certifications, USATF and UESCA, and I
She-
love coaching friends, and I've done it for a while. And
She coached me for a couple marathons.
so we've created a few plans for beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So regardless of whether this will be your first marathon or your 50th, there'll be a plan available for you, and we'll have 6 Zoom calls to talk about nutrition and training, and there'll also be a group chat so people can get to know each other in the group and sort of share the experience.
It's a part of like almost like Move Her Mind.
Yeah, it's kind of like an evolved version.
The
of-
crescendo.
yeah. And the LA Marathon happens to be on International Women's Day, which
Oh.
is kind of insane.
I didn't know that.
So you opened up basically registration this morning.
Yeah,
And within now it is
3 hours maybe.
3 hours, and you've had over 1,000 people.
It's funny because I've had this thing, the form up, and the ticker just keeps going up. And
Dude,
it
you're gonna
started
have
at
to choose
700 and we
between
have
seriously
1,000.
5,000 people.
I know it's well, it'll be
Have fun, Helen.
It'll be random. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So if you want to apply, that will be available. We'll be shutting it down October 20th. So get in before then if you want to apply.
That's
Cool.
super exciting. Like you and Feathers have put in so much work to do the now. Is it 2 or 3 tours now?
This
They're
was our
not
third
tours. What do we call them?
event series.
Event series.
The first ones were tours, 100%.
Okay. And then you had an event series this last year. But this is building off of 3 years of just giving to the community, basically going out there and just trying to get people motivated about the sport, and I think this is going to be very rewarding.
I feel like
for
next year you can just put on your own race.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
probably.
that.
I mean, I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're really good.
But we are going to sort of be
Diplo
celebrating.
style with like concert at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I'm
like
into
it.
that.
DJ Robbie on the
Yeah.
Wheels
Doing
of Steel.
cake stands of Element and
And Morton.
And we'll fly people there on our private airplane from the Wait and See airline.
yeah, you better be careful.
Be careful.
We'll overcharge you.
Yeah. Well, no, I won't even say that. Okay.
All right. Hi, Ma.
Hi, Robin.
Got my laces tied. My trusty podcast by my side. If you wanna talk fun, it's the place to be. Yeah, it's the drop. DROP.